Ma'am, you said that we
Akshita.
have to write 3 questions in our notebook.
Okay, this is from which section?
Ma'am, B.
B section. Okay, Akshita, you are also in B?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so A section students, what about you all?
Ma'am, you gave us two questions. First
Yes,
question was
ma'am.
related to prokaryotic and eukaryotic cell, and the second one was of the components of the cell.
Okay, now see, we'll revise quickly everything what we have done in the previous period so that both the sections come together. Okay, your understanding becomes same. So now I want someone to tell a story sort of whatever we did in the cell chapter. Tell like a story. Who can try? Whatever we have done, one from the A section and one from the B section. Tell like a story. Now I'll just give an example. For example, now cell, the story of a cell. Okay, cell is the smallest unit of life. It is the structural and functional unit of life. All the functions of the body are performed by the cell. These functions are respiration, protein synthesis, movement, locomotion, okay, digestion, excretion. These all functions are performed by the cell. Did you get it what I said? Then you will take up that it is made up of the following components. That outer covering is the cell wall. Inside the cell wall, inner to the cell wall, there is a cell membrane. Then inside the cell membrane, there is a whole content which is known as the protoplasm. Are you all listening or not?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So each
Yes, ma'am.
student has to understand this chapter like a story, whole story of a cell. Okay, so now protoplasm is consisting of what? Can anyone fill in the blanks? Consists of
Ma'am,
Cytoplasm.
Ma'am,
cytoplasm,
cytoplasm,
cell
Cytoplasm.
organelles, cell
uh,
organelles,
cell inclusion.
ma'am,
cell
vacuole.
inclusion. Okay. So now see in the other section I have taken up only the prokaryotic, eukaryotic. So now tell me whatever I told just now, that much everyone knows or you have to write something till here. All the students who are there in front of me, 32 students, all are knowing this much what I said just now.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, do you want me to explain you something? Whatever I said just now, that cell is the smallest unit of the life. It is the structural and functional unit of life. Now we have justified also. So all the students are remembering how we justified that it is the structural unit and functional
Yes,
unit.
ma'am.
Everyone remembering? So who will
Yes,
quickly
ma'am.
tell me
Yes, ma'am.
with the examples, who will justify that it is the structural unit?
Ma'am, may I?
Okay.
Ma'am, the cell is called the structure
Start
and
taking switch on your wait. You switch on your camera also so that all can see you and I can see you. Jahit, is it possible?
ma'am, my network connection is poor, ma'am.
Oh, so camera if you'll switch on this
May I
number.
tell? May I
Wait,
tell?
wait.
Ma'am,
Let it continue. Wait, Akhil.
मैम मेरी आवाज
Jahit,
नहीं
what
आएगी
is
फिर
it? It
आपको
will
ठीक से।
आवाज नहीं आएगी. Try
यस मैम।
once.
यस मैम।
Switch on your camera and mic both and try once.
मैम उसने कैमरा ऑन किया तो मैम वो लेफ्ट ही हो गई।
हाँ, मीटिंग से ही बाहर हो गया. Okay, चलिए. So let him join. Akhil can start now. Akhil, you can justify that that cell is the structural unit of life. So everyone, those who have not noted, if you were absent, if you have not noted, what you do, put today's date and write whatever we are discussing. Is it clear? And this is for everyone, children. Okay, पहले लिखा है जिसने, so you may not write, but those who have not written, they can write down. Okay, and then questions also I have given, isn't it? Okay, so now say, Akhil, ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Say.
Ma'am, it is the basic
Anything.
structural unit of life. Ma'am, because ma'am.
Camera on.
Okay, ma'am.
हाँ
Ma'am, am I
हाँ
visible?
Akhil, continue.
Ma'am, it is the basic and
You are
structural
not
unit
visible
of
to me.
life.
हाँ now I can see you. Akhil, okay.
Because it forms tissues from organs, and organs from the organ system. And as we know that because of the organ system or cell, we human or living creature exist. There are different types of cell, like muscle cells.
पढ़ के
These
सुना रहा
are the cell which help our muscles move, or we can say that due to this cell, we can do all cells through which we can do our powerful work or the work that need muscular force. Blood cells, they are the cells which help in purification of blood and fight the diseases that are in our body, that enter in our body. Nerve cell. May I continue?
Okay. So first
Nerve
example
cell.
now who will repeat? Tell me. Pooja will tell me what all examples he has given. Pooja, quick.
Yes, ma'am.
What examples he has given, you repeat.
Ma'am, the cell is the structural and functional unit of life because all the living organisms made up of cells. Cells performing various tasks in our functions in our body like respiration, growth, nutrients, etc. There are three types of cells in our body: RBC, WBC, and platelets.
हाँ
RBC are helping in carrying the oxygen from our surrounding. White blood cells
Okay.
fight against germs.
But when we have to tell that it is the structural unit, so then how you'll explain the things? How you'll explain the things then? Then you'll have to talk that the blood is made up of the blood cells. Okay, and these are the blood cells. Okay, muscles are made up of the muscle cells. Followed. And nervous system, that is your brain, spinal cord, then the nerves, they are made up of the nerve cells. So you find that the whole structure of the body, the structure of each organ is formed by the cell. So you call the cell as the structural unit. Is it clear to everyone?
Yes,
That is
ma'am.
four
Yes, ma'am.
examples will be. Okay, four examples you give that this is the cell forming this organ, this is the cell which forms this organ, so nerve cell forming brain, spinal cord and nerves, then the blood, so these different blood cells, what you said just now, RBC, WBC, platelets, they form the blood, which is a very important tissue, which is a vascular tissue helping in the transportation. Are you getting? So this way then muscle cells are there which form the muscular tissue and which are attached to the bones and the cartilage. Followed? तो हमको स्ट्रक्चर बताना है. अगर फंक्शन बोला तो देन हम उसका ही फंक्शन बताते जाएंगे. Examples will remain same. So this way ultimately whatever function the body is performing, it is performed by the
Cell.
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 Cell is
Cells.
unit. How many students have noted?
Ma'am, may I continue?
No, leave it now. Okay, now other question. So I hope this is very clear to each and every student present here that how we justify a cell is the structural and functional unit. Okay, then I took the next thing, that is there are two types of the cells. So So I want someone to say. And those students who have not noted, they can quickly note it in the notebook. Types of cells. Types of
Ma'am,
cells
yeah.
on what basis? Classification. On what basis we
Ma'am,
did the
on the
classification?
basis of evolution and complexity.
Very good. Okay, Rishika, good. So now I want someone else to explain the differences between the two.
Ma'am, may I?
Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
Now may I?
Ma'am,
one at a time. Akhil has got the chance, so Akhil will not say now. Shahid can start. Tell me
yes, ma'am.
two differences between. Hmm.
Ma'am, there are two types of cell, ma'am, prokaryotic and
May I
eukaryotic,
tell?
ma'am. Ma'am, they have primitive type of, ma'am, prokaryotic, ma'am, they have primitive type of nucleus that is not, ma'am, that is not bounded by, ma'am, membrane, uh, and ma'am,
Very,
ma'am, and eukaryotic, ma'am, ma'am, they have very well developed nucleus, ma'am, bounded by nucleus membrane,
very
ma'am,
good.
ma'am, and membrane.
What is that? Wait, Shahid. In the case of prokaryotic cell, what is that called? The genetic material without covered by the nuclear membrane. I told you one term. What is it called
Ma'am, may I?
in the prokaryotic
Nucleoid.
cell?
Ma'am, may I?
Ma'am,
Nucleoid.
Ma'am, nucleoid.
Nucleoid.
Very good. So Shahid, add up there. Okay, it is not bounded by the nuclear membrane and is called nucleoid. Okay, very good. So now second difference, Shahid.
yes, ma'am. Ma'am, membrane-bound cell organelles are absent, ma'am. Ma'am, in prokaryotic and membrane-bound cell organelle are present, ma'am. Example, ma'am, Golgi apparatus, mitochondria, chloroplast, endoplasmic reticulum, ma'am, etc.
Very good. Excellent. So I hope each and every student has learned these two differences between the prokaryotic and eukaryotic. Okay, now Sanjay Dhakar, tell me what are the other differences. Good, Shahid. So your camera and mic both were very clear. So you can try this way now. Whenever you are answering children, try to switch
Yes,
on your
ma'am.
camera also. So it looks good and it becomes interesting. Huh? When you speak and I can see you, isn't it? Yes,
Yes,
Sanjay.
ma'am. 70 Swedberg unit type of ribosomes is present in prokaryotics and in
Again,
eukaryotics.
repeat
80
just once again. Sanjay, repeat it.
70 S types of ribosomes is present in prokaryotic cells, and in eukaryotics 80 types of ribosomes is present.
80S. 80S.
TS
Type of.
Sweding units.
Uh, yes.
Swedberg
Okay.
unit.
Now, try to understand. I'll tell you children little bit. You add up in your notebook also. याद रखो S का मतलब होता है Swedberg unit. I had written that day on the screen also. Swedberg, who can tell the
Yes,
spelling?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Who can tell the spelling? Sarvagya, spelling
Yes, ma'am.
of Swedberg.
Ma'am, Swedberg.
Very good. Okay, Sarvad, I can see you also. Nice. So, Swedberg unit, it is the unit of children's sedimentation coefficient. Write it. It is the unit of. Okay, वहाँ अपन को डिफरेंस में दिखने की जरूरत नहीं है, पर आप अपने नॉलेज के लिए लिखो कि एस का मीनिंग क्या होता है. I can give you in the MCQs, children. Okay, so S stands for Swedberg unit and it is the unit of sedimentation coefficient. Sorry, sedimentation coefficient. You all know what is sedimentation?
Ma'am, what is after sedimentation?
Coefficient. COEFFICIENT. I'm not sharing my screen just now, children, otherwise I would have written. Sedimentation coefficient. Done all of you all?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So
Yes, ma'am.
sedimentation, you all know what is sedimentation.
Yes, ma'am.
What is it?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, Ma'am, it is defined as ma'am separation process in which ma'am two molecule liquids are separated.
Means the substances or the different things will be separated on the basis of the weight, isn't it? Suppose you dissolve the soil in water, okay, so you find and then
Yes,
leave
ma'am.
it.
After some.
So the biggest ones, the biggest molecule, the particles you can say, they will settle first. तो उसके बाद और बारीक वाला, फिर और बारीक वाला. So the big rocks, pebbles, they will settle first. So they are settling on the basis of their weight. So same here also, remember the ribosomes, they are having the different molecular weights. उसके बेस पर अपन ने एक को 70s बोला, एक को 80s बोला. So which one is the evolved ribosome? Which is
Ma'am,
the evolved ribosome, children?
80s.
80s.
80s. It is 80s evolved later. So it is present in the eukaryotic cell. Okay, now the
Eukaryotic
next
cell.
difference. Next difference. So
Oh,
everyone writing.
in in prokaryotic cells,
What are the differences in
only
the
one
tabular form, I
chromosomes is
hope?
present. Yes, ma'am.
Only one chromosome present in the
In
prokaryotic.
eukaryotic
And
cells,
in
23 pairs of
huh,
chromosomes are present.
more than one chromosome present. What you have to write down? Yes, Sanjay, in the eukaryotic.
And 23 pairs of chromosomes are present.
That is so in our case. So don't specify there. In the for example, you can give.
Okay,
Okay, but you write more than one
then one.
chromosome present. Okay, more than, but it will
Yes, ma'am.
differ, na? The rat will have different number. The mice will have different number. Human beings are having 23 pairs. Are you getting? So, for
Yes,
example,
ma'am.
you can say that, for example, in human beings, 23 pairs of chromosomes are present. But in bacteria, only one chromosome is present. Okay, so one single stranded DNA thread like structure is present there. Okay, so now any other difference between the prokaryotic and
Yes, ma'am.
eukaryotic?
Prokaryotic cells are bigger in size and eukaryotic cells are smaller in size.
No,
Who has
ma'am.
corrected?
No, ma'am.
No,
No,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Probiotics
No,
are
ma'am.
smaller in size.
And prokaryotics are smaller in size.
Just opposite Sanjay. ठीक है, prokaryotic smaller and eukaryotic are comparatively bigger in size. Okay, and examples did you write down? So write everyone, add up the examples. Okay, the bacterial cell, then virus particles, okay, they are prokaryotes. Okay, and the human beings, then cells of plants and animal cell. You can write down fungal cell. Okay, fungal cell, plant cell, animal cell, they are
Eukaryotic.
all,
Eukaryotic
they
cells.
are
Eukaryotics.
all, okay. So cells of all any plant, you will find they will be eukaryotic. The cells of any animal, they will be
Eukaryotic.
Eukaryotic.
Eukaryotic cells.
okay. So I hope now you understood what is the difference between prokaryotic, eukaryotic. Now next
Yes,
thing,
ma'am.
we discussed the structural components of the cell. So who will quickly tell me, those who were absent, they can write it.
Ma'am,
That
may
what
I?
are the
Ma'am,
structural
may I?
components of the cell?
Ma'am, may I?
Huh.
May I?
I find Niyati ready. Okay, Niyati will say.
Cell
So
consists
others,
of
those who have not written, start writing. Okay, components of the cell. And those who have written, just check it that you have written all or not. Okay, now Niyati, continue.
cell wall, cell membrane, protoplasm. Then protoplasm is equal to cytoplasm, cell inclusions, and cell organelles. Then cell organelles
Correct.
is nucleus, mitochondria, lysosomes, ribosomes,
So
plastids, googly bodies or googly apparatus,
Golgi
and
no, it is Golgi. Wait,
Golgi.
Niyati, उसको correction कर. Golgi apparatus or Golgi complex. Golgi. It is the name of one person, okay, who studied this structure, this organelle. तो इसलिए उसका नाम रख दिया गोल्गी कॉम्प्लेक्स और गोल्गी apparatus. Okay, then
मैम
next
कैमिलो
one.
गोल्गी.
Camilo Golgi, excellent. Okay, the person name is Camilo Golgi. So one by one, we'll discuss the electron microscopic structure of each organelle we will be doing. Okay, फिर और क्या बचा?
And
Then what? हाँ?
endoplasmic reticulum.
Endoplasmic reticulum. So these all organelles, children, which you have written, you have named just now. We'll start with one by one. Is it clear? Okay. Now, what are inclusions, Niyati? Can you name the inclusion?
Ma'am, work storage of a cell.
Huh? So what is that?
Vacuum.
Vacuole. Okay,
Vacuole.
yeah, the vacuole. Huh. Okay, everyone write it. Okay, so now I'm presenting my screen, children, and we will start with these components one by one. Is it clear? But
Yes,
how
ma'am.
much time is left? It is 32.
मैम
Okay.
8
So
minutes.
Ma'am,
now I'll
8
show you.
minutes.
Ma'am, 8 minutes.
Okay. So I'll show you one video and then try to understand the structure of the cell wall. Cell wall to you write down just now. Okay. Then I'll show you one video. So first component, what did you write, children?
Cell wall.
Ma'am, cell wall.
So now put the subheading in your notebook, cell wall. So write down, it is present in the plant cell. It is present in the plant cell. Forms the outer covering. My screen is visible to you all, children?
No, ma'am.
Okay, wait, it will come. Present in, is it visible now?
No, ma'am.
No.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Now it's visible.
Okay. So
Yes,
cell
ma'am.
wall, plant cell made up of cellulose. Noted, everyone? In plant cell, it is
Yes, ma'am.
made up of what? Cellulose.
Cellulose.
Cell wall of the plant cell is made up. Now you write down the next one. So the plant cell, the cell wall we also find in fungal cell. In fungal cell. But animal cell, children, does not have the cell wall. Okay, so fungal cell, it is made up of fungal cellulose. What do you call it, children? Fungal cellulose. Written?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Now
ma'am.
the cell wall is also in the bacterial cell. Bacterial cell. And this bacterial cell wall is made up of peptidoglycan. It is made up of peptidoglycan. So you find the cell wall, and this cell wall is the outermost covering of the cell. In all the three different cells, whether it is a plant cell or a fungal cell or bacterial cell, the outermost covering is the cell wall, and that is made up of different substances. Done, everyone? The chemical compound which makes the cell wall is different in the plant cell, in the fungal cell, and the bacterial cell. Now, what will be the function of the cell wall? Quickly tell me function. What will be the
Ma'am,
function?
ma'am, it protects the plant.
Maintains the shape.
Okay, so write down. First number forms the outer covering. I hope everyone noting the things properly.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Then second, protects the,
Ma'am, it,
yes, yes.
ma'am, it protects ma'am self from ma'am variations like ma'am wind, atmospheric pressure, etc.
Right, right. Very good. So it protects the inner content of the cell. You can say now the same thing what you said. Protects from outer environment. Outer environment and adverse conditions. Is it okay, children? Is
Yes,
it
ma'am.
clear to you all?
ma'am.
Okay. So now we have completed. So this much you try to understand that what is the cell wall, what is it made up of, which cells are having the cell wall, and what is the function of the cell wall. Okay, so it forms the outer covering, protects the inner content of the cell, and protects the cell from outer environment and adverse conditions. So adverse conditions may be what all? Just now you were saying what all may be the adverse conditions?
Ma'am wind, ma'am atmospheric pressure, ma'am rain.
Ah, okay, okay. So that all will be the role of the cell wall. Now we take up the cell membrane, children. So this was the first component, that is the cell wall. Now we take up the next component. And what is the next component? Cell membrane. What is the cell
Cell
membrane?
membrane.
Other name? What is the other name of the cell membrane?
Plasma membrane.
Plasma membrane.
Plasma membrane. So right, plasma membrane. Okay. So now it is present inner to the cell wall. You can write down. It is present inner to the cell wall. Inner to the cell wall. तो जिसमें सेल वॉल है तो फिर सेल वॉल के अंदर but in animal cell so it will form the outermost covering, isn't it? In animal cell it is the outermost covering, but in the plant cell it will be inner to the cell wall. Okay, now we try to understand the structure of the cell wall, the cell membrane, sorry. So it is, write it quickly children, the structure. Now what we are discussing, what we are discussing,
Cell
Structure.
structure. Write it, it is trilaminar and lipo lipoproteinaceous. Write it. So what is the structure? So this sentence itself, children, explains the whole structure of the plasma membrane. What is the statement? It is trilaminar and lipoproteinaceous. Now try to understand what is the meaning of trilaminar. So trilaminar means, children, made up of three layers. Made up of three layers. Understood all of you all? Tri means what?
ma'am
Tri
three.
means
Three.
three. So it is made up of three layers. Okay. Now lipoproteinaceous means what? Lipoproteinaceous means made up of lipids, lipids and proteins. Is it very clear what is the meaning of
Yes,
lipo?
ma'am.
Wait, the lipoproteinaceous, P is missing here. Proteinaceous. Okay. Lipoproteinaceous means that made up of lipids and proteins. Is that clear to everyone this much? The meaning of the word
Yes, ma'am.
trilaminar
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
lipoprotein. Was it clear? So this way, when you summarize the thing you understood, I hope that the plasma membrane is made up of three layers. Okay, now those three layers are made up of lipids and proteins. Now, how these three layers? So now you write down further. It consists of. It means what? It means what?
Cell membrane.
Cell
Ah,
membrane.
the two protein layers. Two protein layers, and they will be outer side. Okay, it consists of two outer protein layers. We'll write down that way. Two outer protein layers, and between between these protein layers, if I write these layers, so you'll understand, children.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
In these layers, the lipid bilayer is there. Lipid bilayer is present. Lipid bilayer is present. Now I will be sending children the figure of the plasma membrane. Okay, and everyone draw that figure in your lecture notebook. And then you will draw it in the fair notebook. Is it clear? So the whole structure of the plasma membrane is clear to you all. The plasma membrane is trilaminar and lipoproteinaceous. It is made up of three layers, which are made up of lipids and proteins. Thus, it consists of two outer protein layers, and between the two protein layers, the lipid bilayer is present. Lipid bilayer is present. तो लिपिड्स
Ma'am.
के दो प्रोटीन के बीच. Yes,
Ma'am, what
yes,
are
yes, say.
lipids?
Lipids means fats, children. Okay, lipids का मतलब fats सब लोग जानते हैं.
Yes, ma'am.
You know what
Yes,
is
ma'am.
fats?
Yes, ma'am.
हाँ, तो बस fats को ही हम lipids बोलते हैं. Is it clear? The lipid is the fats only. तो बीच के
Yes,
दो
ma'am.
प्रोटीन हो गए, और दोनों प्रोटीन लेयर के बीच में दो लिपिड की लेयर रहेंगी. Is it clear? Now further I will be explaining after you have drawn the diagram. Is it clear? And with the help of the diagram, because the time is up, so we will be doing in the next class. Now question jaldi se likh lo. First question will be, what is cell wall? What is cell wall? Write its functions. Are you writing questions, children? What is cell wall? Write its functions. Then question number 2. Question number 2. Describe the structure of the plasma membrane with diagram. Describe the structure of the plasma membrane with diagram.
Ma'am, written.
Noted? So two questions are there for today. I'll send you the figure of the plasma membrane. Is it clear? And I have
Ma'am, can
already
you
given
repeat the
previous.
questions?
Ma'am, please
First
repeat the
question
second
is,
question.
okay, both I am saying, what is cell wall? Write its function. This is your first question. And second question, describe the structure of plasma membrane with diagram. Describe the structure of plasma membrane with diagram. Noted, everyone?
Yes, ma'am. Noted.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay. Total how many
Yes,
questions
ma'am.
you will have? Total how many questions you'll have?
2.
Two.
No,
Two.
no, nice since the beginning. Since the beginning,
Ma'am,
we
it
will
will be
start.
the
Ma'am, 7.
Seventh
seventh.
one.
Ma'am, 7. 7.
So both the section students will have 7 questions. Both the sections. I'm just. Acha, what you do, it will be very nice. The questions which I gave it to the A section and which I gave it to the B section, you WhatsApp. One student will WhatsApp in the group. But ninth B WhatsApp group is different, isn't it?
Yes,
So
ma'am.
ninth
Yes,
A
ma'am.
students, okay, ninth A students will write it in their group. Okay, they will take a pic of their notebook and they will send it in their group. And ninth B students will send it in their group. Is it clear to everyone?
Yes, ma'am, clear.
Ma'am, in which
Yes,
group?
ma'am.
In the school group,
Ma'am,
ma'am?
but in class group
School group,
there is
yes.
only
Ma'am, it
admins
is
can send
only
message.
admins. Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, in the class group, only admins can send message.
Actually, in class group, you are not able to do that work.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Uh, how you are saying, but I am getting the information. You are not able to write anything.
No,
No, ma'am.
ma'am.
No,
Only
ma'am.
teachers
No,
can
ma'am.
send messages.
No, ma'am.
Acha,
We can't write.
okay. So then I will be making one more group. So we'll make one group where both the sections will be there. So where you
Okay.
can keep on asking and I will also. Okay.
Okay,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay,
By
ma'am.
evening I'll send the figure. Two group. Okay. So now we'll chant Omkar, that Shanti Part children. Let me stop the recording first and then you can lead children after Shanti Part. You are following children, whatever we are discussing in the class? Yes or no?